Welcome. I'd like to call the February 26th meeting of the Conservation Commission to order. Our first order of business is new business. We have a notice of intent by the City of Lowell, DEP number 2060840, project location 639 Aiken Avenue. Notice of intent has been filed by the Lowell Regional Wastewater Utility to install a mainline drain conduit to remove large inflow sources from Humphreys Brook and the Billings Street wetland with discharge to the Merrimack River via new outfall. The proposed work is within the 100-foot buffer zone of the Merrimack River. Anyone here to speak?
Yes, Evan Walsh, engineering manager at the Lowell Regional Wastewater Utility. Can I project the slideshow? Or
Dylan can probably assist you with that.
do you have copies? We have copies of the presentation if it's easier just to hand out. Or yes,
We could do both.
okay. And with me, I have Sean Lavoie from CDM Smith, who's the technical lead for the design.
Good evening.
So as that's getting pulled up, the drawings to focus on where there's wetland impacts is sheet C1, which is where we're going to be constructing the Bunker Hill outfall. Sheet C11, where we're constructing works within the 150-foot and 25-foot riverfront area on Billings Street, and C15 on Humphrey Street, which is the entrance to the wetland flow coming in. All right, looks like the presentation's up. So to get started, the wastewater utility, as stated, is undergoing a large sewer separation project, which involves putting in a drain line. And the first phase, which is shown as the red line on the slide, is what we'll be focusing on and what the impacts are going to be. But there'll be additional phases come the following years. This is an 8-year project mandated by the EPA and Mass DEP in our consent decree. With the main goal to reduce combined sewer overflows is when the treatment plant gets overloaded with flow and we have to discharge combined sewage to the river. Additional benefits will include less street flooding and sewer backups into people's property. So an overall benefit for the community and for the regional rivershed and a whole. This first phase, like I said, is the main conduit line, which will install a pipe ranging from a 5x8 box culvert all the way to a 36-inch at the start, which we're calling Humphreys Brook because it's a wetland entering the combined sewer on Humphrey Street. Like I said, multi-phase, large diameter project, lots of impact to the community, but lots of benefit as well. And the project will start at the outfall near Bunker Hill and continue up Bunker Hill Ave to Hildreth, Ludlam, Barker, Billings, where that's the next impact that under the Conservation Commission's jurisdiction will be within the 25 riverfront area, but no work will be in the wetlands. And then we'll go down Willard, down Beacon, 20th Street to Humphreys, which is another wetland entering the combined sewer. Like I said, one of the major impacts in this project under the conservation's jurisdiction is the installation of the outfall that we're calling the Bunker Hill outfall. That is located near the West Street pump station off of the Mass Highway, the walkway between Bridge Street and Aiken Street. Part of this will include compost filter sock will be run all the way until it hits the ordinary high water line, which is the river level. So we won't install a compost sock. That's why it ends on the drawing set. There'll be a cofferdam put around where the installation of the outfall will be going. And any dewatering activities will go through a filter sock and either discharge, depending on the quality, back into the river or into the ground or there's a sewer manhole right there. So to lessen the impact on the river. These are just some pictures of kind of what the bank looks like right now. We're planning on minimizing the impact that we will be digging. All topsoil will be removed for any invasive species to minimize regrowth after the project's done. Like I said, the impacts to the resource area is land underwater, inland bank, 25 riverfront area, and BLSF disturbance. Most of this disturbance is where the outfall is, but the proposed activities will also result in a net gain for flood storage, so it'll be a net benefit. At Billing Street, there's minor impact to the wetlands. Most of the work is occurring on the street or the sidewalk. Compost filter stock will be included at the edge of the sidewalk to prevent any flow going into the wetland right there. And then at Humphreys Brook, we're reutilizing the pipe from the wetland entering the combined sewer. So there will be no work. The only work that will incur will be the removal of the existing trash rack, which is derelict pretty much, and putting a new one in. All work with machines will be from the street, lowering in the trash rack, and all hand work will be done, so no heavy machinery will be entering the wetlands at Humphreys Brook Inlet. Additionally, we've been working with a slew of different agencies, including Mass DOT, Army Corps of Engineers, because that is a flood levee wall down near the outfall. We've been working with EPA, DEP, FEMA, DCR. We've been coordinating with pretty much every department in the city of Lowell to make sure as the project goes, it will go smoothly. And then, as I just stated, just so you can see that picture in the top left, that's the trash rack that will be replaced, as there's a gaping hole in between, which is allowing leaves and other debris in, which we're trying to minimize. The only maintenance that will occur will just be manually raking of that rack to remove leaves to make sure flow can enter into the new drain line. And with that, I open it up to any questions that the board has.
Thank you for that presentation. Just reading through the comments, says there'll be dewatering via 3 options, and one of them will be into a basin.
Yes.
Where are these basins going to be located?
So right now everything's combined, or if it's the dewatering activities near the outfall, that's a combined sewer, so it'll just go to the treatment plant. And if it's anywhere near Billings or near Humphreys, it'll go into the sewer manholes, which will come back. So it'll be treated remove the TSS, go into the sewer manholes, and come back to the treatment plant.
Okay. How long is phase 1 supposed to take?
So on the first slide, it's the main sewer line, or the main drain line entering. It's the red bar on that first slide of the presentation. It's showing you the different phases. So it'll end in 2027 with paving in 2028.
Okay.
Final paving in 2028.
And you plan to start halfway through this year?
This is going to be SRF funded, so we're hoping to get the contract, depending on permit approvals, by June 30th, get the contract awarded. Construction will start late summer, early fall is the goal.
Any questions from the commission?
Under the spill control measures, it lists that you're going to measure and inspect hydraulic lines each day. Are you keeping a daily log, or how are you doing that? Is it like a visual? Or?
Yeah, so as part of the project, we'll have an RE on site. So the RE from CDM will kind of make sure that this log is being done either by the contractor or by himself.
Okay. And then in regards to the impact on the resource areas, what I'm hearing on the Bunker Hill outlet permanent, we're going to affect it is 852 square feet. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and that's unavoidable. Is that?
Yeah.
seems to be actually.
Any further questions from the commission?
No, I mean, I think that the combined sewer overflows is it's needed. A lot of the city still has the CSOs, so just getting any improvement onto the sewer system is definitely worthwhile.
Okay, can we get a motion to close the public hearing?
Is there anybody in the public want to speak?
I was gonna do that first. Anyone from the public? Anyone online, Dylan?
No, it doesn't look like it.
All right, since there's no comments, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Motioned by Commissioner Downs,
I'll second.
seconded by Commissioner Laput. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to grant this to give this project a City of Lowell standard order of conditions.
Motion by Commissioner Downs,
I'll second that.
seconded by
Second.
Commissioner Laput. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you for your
Ayes
time.
have it. Thank you for coming out. Okay, moving on, the next item on our agenda. Another notice of intent, also from the City of Lowell. Project location, Father Morissette Boulevard and French Street. A notice of intent has been filed by the City of Lowell to complete road work improvements within the 100-foot buffer zone of East and Merrimack Canal. DEP numbers 2060841. Hi, can you state your name and
Hi, yes, my name is Taylor Donovan. I'm here on behalf of the City of Lowell. And with me, I have Kristen, who is supporting the engineering, the civil site design for the project.
Welcome.
I do have copies of the green cards for the abutter notifications. I'm not sure if the commission would like them. I also did send scans to Francesca, so wanted to offer that. And then I do have a USB with just the roll plan that we were hoping to share on the screen.
Cool, yeah, we'll take a look at them and we can hook up the USB as well. Thank you. All right, what do we got here?
Okay, so as you mentioned, this is for roadway improvements along Father Morissette Boulevard and French Street. There's a very limited portion of the work which falls within the Concom jurisdiction. We're in the 100-foot buffer zone to the Merrimack Canal, but this plan is showing the proposed length of the work for the entire project. So it extends approximately 500 feet west of the intersection of Arcan Drive and Father Morissette Boulevard, all the way east down French Street to Bridge Street on the eastern limits of the project. So I'll just zoom in on the area here near the canal. And so essentially the project proposes resurfacing of existing paved and disturbed areas to create better pedestrian and bicyclist accommodations throughout existing disturbed areas on the project site. So in this area here, specifically within the 100-foot buffer zone, there will be realigning essentially of the existing roadway to create dedicated on the south side. We'll have dedicated bike lane and sidewalk, and then on the northern side, on the eastern side of the canal, there will be a 10-foot shared use path, and this was a slight change from the plan which was originally bless you, submitted to the Conservation Commission. After discussions with Lowell High School, it was decided that they needed to have, they didn't want to have the sidewalk and buffered bike lanes on the south side just to allow access for the school buses for pickup and drop off. So that was the only change with the plan set that was submitted this morning to Francesca. And I did print out a hard copy, full-size set, and I forgot to bring that, so I apologize, but we will have that dropped off to you tomorrow. So like I said, it's really just essentially, there's no additional impervious within the 100-foot buffer zone. There is one new catch basin proposed within the 100-foot buffer zone on the east side of the canal, but it will tie into the existing combined sewer system, so there's no additional discharges to the canal. And then there are a few trees that are proposed to be planted on the south side of Father Morrissey Boulevard, north of the high school. So there's, like I said, very minimal work. It's all disturbed areas, but I'm happy to answer any questions the commission may have about the proposed work.
As a Lowell High grad, this is a much-needed project, so I'm looking forward to it. Does the commission have any questions or comments? Hearing none, I'd like to open it up to the public. If anyone would like to speak on behalf, for or against. Anyone from the public? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion made,
I'll second.
Thank you.
seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing is closed. Now we're looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to issue a standard order of, City of Lowell standard order of conditions.
Motion made by Commissioner Downs,
I'll second.
seconded by Commissioner Laput. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Thank you. Thanks
you.
for coming out. Next on our agenda, other business, election of officers. We pushed this off a few meetings now. We're trying to get everyone to be here. How many more meetings do you think we should push it off? If we can have a motion, or
I think that we could just keep in place. I know Brad still wants to be the chairman, right? And you, vice chair?
if someone else would like to step up, I wouldn't be opposed. But if it's the will of the commission, I'll stay put.
I'll make a motion for you guys to stay put.
All right, motion made,
I'll second it.
seconded by Commissioner Downs. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. All right, moving on to other business. Next is our meeting minutes from February 12th. Did anyone have a chance to look those over? I think I made
I
a
think you made, yeah.
slight correction.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Motion seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And last but not least,
Motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion seconded. Thank you and have a good night.